one of the gravest human rights violations since the regime change in Pakistan in April 2022, when former Prime Minister Imran Khan was ousted through a well-orchestrated conspiracy. Since then, the entire state machinery has been actively working to silence every dissenting voice in order to prolong this unconstitutional and undemocratic grip on power. On May 25, 2022, the government launched a brutal crackdown to suppress PTI's Long March to Islamabad, which had been called by Imran Khan to demand free and fair elections. In an unprecedented display of state violence, security forces used tear gas, baton charges, and live rounds of rubber bullets to disperse peaceful protesters, including women, children, and elderly citizens. Roads were blocked with shipping containers. PTI leaders and workers were harassed and detained in overnight raids, with reports of families being threatened and homes ransacked. 2 PTI workers lost their lives due to the unlawful use of force against the marchers. To prevent further bloodshed, Imran Khan had to call off the march. In August 2022, Dr. Shehbaz Gill, a senior leader of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, PTI, and close aide to Imran Khan, was abducted by law enforcement individuals in broad daylight from Islamabad. His arrest quickly turned into a harrowing tale of political victimization. He was subjected to severe physical and mental torture as well as sexual abuse while in custody, with reports of him being stripped naked, beaten, and denied basic medical care. Gill later revealed details of the inhumane treatment, including attempts to force him into signing a false confession implicating PTI leadership. Dr. Shehbaz Gill's driver's wife was arrested along with her 10-month-old baby to pressure him and collect evidence. The baby was cruelly separated from her mother, depriving her of fundamental rights and leaving her in distress. On October 23, 2022, Arshad Sharif, a prominent Pakistani journalist known for his fearless reporting, was assassinated in Kenya. His killing sent shockwaves across Pakistan and the international community. Sharif had fled Pakistan earlier that year due to escalating threats against his life after his investigative reports exposed corruption of the Sharif Zardari governments and the role of the military in ousting Imran Khan. He faced relentless intimidation, harassment, and fabricated legal cases, forcing him to seek refuge abroad. Before his assassination, Arshad Sharif received multiple warnings about his safety, including a direct threat to his life. In July 2024, the High Court in Kajiado, Kenya, ruled that the 2022 killing of Pakistani journalist Arshad Sharif by Kenyan police was unlawful and unconstitutional, but his family still awaits justice from Pakistani courts. On November 3, 2022, an assassination attempt was made on Imran Khan during his Hakiki Azadi Long March in Wazirabad, Punjab. He was leading a massive protest march when gunshots were fired at his container. Imran Khan sustained multiple bullet injuries in his legs, while one PTI supporter was killed and several others were injured in the attack. Imran Khan accused senior government officials and a military intelligence officer of orchestrating the attack. The shooter's statement was aired on state media within a couple of hours of the assassination attempt, even before any formal investigation had been conducted. In the broadcast, the shooter was seen repeatedly changing his statements, attempting to frame the attack as a religiously motivated hate crime. This followed months of coordinated efforts by government officials and military-backed media representatives who held press conferences portraying Imran Khan as anti-Islam, fueling religious sentiments and paving the way for a blasphemy-related narrative. The shooter's confession, combined with his lawyer's press conference being aired live on national TV, proved the state's involvement in this meticulously orchestrated attack, which saw Imran Khan as an existential threat to their hold on power. In March 2023, Ali Bilal, widely known as Zille Shah, a devoted supporter of Imran Khan and PTI, was brutally tortured and murdered in police custody. Zille Shah, a special needs person, was arrested during a peaceful protest in Lahore. Hours later, his lifeless body, bearing horrific signs of torture, was discovered in front of a hospital, leaving the nation in shock and grief. His post-mortem report confirmed that he died from excessive bleeding after enduring severe physical abuse, including a fatal blow to his head. Despite clear evidence of police involvement, the authorities launched a smear campaign, falsely alleging that Shah's injuries were caused in a car accident. The authorities, in a desperate attempt to shift blame, filed a bogus FIR against Imran Khan, implicating him in the murder of Zille Shah. In March 2023, a nationwide crackdown led to the abduction of over 2,100 PTI social media activists, party workers, and supporters, including women and children, across Pakistan. These individuals were illegally detained without warrants or due process, while their families were subjected to harassment and threats. The authorities' actions were aimed at intimidating and silencing political dissent, with many detainees enduring inhumane treatment. On March 8, 2023, just hours before PTI's scheduled election rally, the caretaker government of Punjab, widely criticized for acting as a puppet of the federal regime, imposed Section 144 in Lahore. The sudden imposition of Section 144 was seen as a deliberate attempt to stifle dissent and prevent PTI from mobilizing its supporters. As peaceful protesters began to gather for the rally, police forces responded with overwhelming brutality, using tear gas, water cannons, and rubber bullets to disperse the crowds. Women, children, and elderly participants were not spared, and many protesters suffered injuries due to excessive force. Law enforcement carried out mass arrests, targeting PTI workers and supporters to intimidate and silence them. Starting on March 14, 2023, Pakistani authorities escalated their efforts to arrest Imran Khan by launching a full-scale attack on his Zaman Park residence in Lahore, despite him submitting a signed guarantee to appear in court. The operation, which targeted his supporters and workers outside Zaman Park, involved security forces using heavy tear gas, water cannons, and rubber bullets to disperse the crowds. For 2 days, the authorities continued the siege, even resorting to extreme measures to intimidate and silence his supporters. On March 18, 2023, ahead of Imran Khan's court appearance, the government deployed heavy security forces around the judicial complex in Islamabad and cordoned off the area with containers, preventing access to lawyers, PTI leadership, and the public. However, a group of unidentified men in civilian clothes carrying plastic handcuffs were seen entering the complex without resistance. As his caravan approached, PTI workers were arrested, and the police subjected the convoy to heavy shelling at various points. The international journalists covering the event also confirmed that police began shelling as soon as Imran Khan's caravan reached the complex, which seemed to be an intentional effort to provoke the protesters and escalate tensions. When Imran Khan finally reached the judicial complex after hours of resistance and shelling, police and unidentified men were waiting, signaling a possible attempt on his life. After heavy resistance, Khan was able to enter the complex. However, a well-wisher advised him to leave, fearing the situation was a setup. Despite continuous shelling, Khan's workers quickly escorted him out of the complex. On March 18, 2023, when Imran Khan left his residence in Zaman Park, Lahore for a court hearing in Islamabad, he received the alarming news that his house in Zaman Park was being attacked under the guise of an illegal search operation. The police had no search warrant but proceeded to forcefully enter the house by breaking down the front gate with a bulldozer. At that time, Imran Khan's wife was home alone, along with some house staff. The police caused extensive damage to the property, destroying personal belongings and stealing items such as food, clothes, medical supplies, and possessions of the workers, and even pet food. The police also brutally beat and arrested workers, many of whom were young boys, all without arrest or search warrants. On May 9, 2023, former Prime Minister Imran Khan was illegally arrested from the Islamabad High Court premises by paramilitary rangers in a dramatic and forceful operation. Despite being present for a scheduled court hearing, Khan was dragged from the courtroom in blatant violation of legal protocols and due process. His lawyers, who witnessed the shocking scene, later revealed that they were pepper sprayed, beaten, and physically assaulted as troops stormed the room by smashing windows and doors. Khan himself was hit on the head, forcibly pulled off his wheelchair, and violently dragged away. On May 11, 2023, the Supreme Court of Pakistan issued a landmark ruling declaring Khan's arrest illegal and unconstitutional. The court reaffirmed his fundamental right to due process and ordered his immediate release while directing authorities to ensure his safety. Following Imran